Hello again, it's Jane Gardner of Step in Front of the Camera Tips and Tricks. And before we talk about all the physics or how to optimize your sound, let's go over the Lavalier microphone and why you want to maybe use that in your business. So we looked at the Blue Yeti, which is sits on a platform, and you can also get Audio Technicas, which sits in an overhead boom and gets it close to your mouth. Which reminds me, I should get a bit closer. So now let's talk about the lavalier. So let's get yourself a picture of a lavalier, and let's have a look at that. So ignoring the quality, I guess, of this lavalier, we'll just assume that you're going to get a good lavalier mic. And let's talk about lavalier or clip-on microphones and why you would want to use one to clip on your microphone. Well, obviously, it's very portable. You can put it in your bag and carry around anywhere where you want to go, and it's very flexible. So it helps you to free up your hands because you just clip it onto your lapel or your blouse, and then just put the transmitter, which connects up to your recording device, in your pocket. So it's perfect for doing things like that. For podcasts, you may not need to show your face, so there's an advantage of using clip-on or lavalier mics. It's not obvious, but it depends on the quality of the lavalier microphone. So let's have a look at some of the pluses and minuses. So the lavalier microphone doesn't record the full range of frequencies of your voice. So you lose a little bit out of the bass frequencies or the lower frequencies, and that's consistent across all the different types of lavalier microphones, whether they're inexpensive or expensive. So one that would be a good lavalier is a Rode, R-O-D-E, Smart Lavalier mic, and it's uses a standard audio input jack. So you could fit it into your smartphone, the input jack, if they still have it on your smartphone, or most audio input jacks on any computer, or you could try setting it up with your iPad, etc. And it's some of them are specifically designed for mobile phones and tablets and things like your MacBook Air or MacBook Pro. Of course, you have to have an audio jack, so it's the same jack that you use to record and also to plug in your headphones. So you may find that the other types are not meant for low powered devices like smartphones or tablets. So if you try it and there's no sound, you plug it in, it's probably not going to work at all, so you'll have to get a different one. So you have to decide how you want to use it. So you could use you could basically have the same components for all lavalier microphones. You have a clip, and this is for you to clip onto your clothes. You have the audio input jack, and you have the microphone. And some lavalier microphones don't come with the little sponges, which is actually a pop filter that you put over it. And it's what a pop filter does. It removes the most explosive sounds when you pronounce the word P. Alright, so if you pronounce P, you may hear a P because I'm not using a pop filter. But if you're, whenever you, so you could always remove the pop filter if you don't like it, but it's great for removing the popping P's. So basically, if you have a limited budget and you're wondering what microphone to go for, the Rode Smart Lavalier mic is the best option. Obviously, if you have a microphone like this, it's very portable, and so you could probably use it when you're driving in your car. As you probably know, the built-in microphone for your smartphone can be very sensitive and pick up a lot of the noise on sounds of the road of your car, and so sometimes it's very brittle or weird. So if you were to get a lavalier microphone, it basically wants to capture your voice above everything else. So it captures other sounds as well, but because of the proximity of your mouth or your throat to the microphone, your vocals will be the loudest of all. And then, of course, that's what you want. Now, in a studio setting, it's still useful. You can move around. Obviously, if you're one of these people who likes to stand while you're doing recordings or presentations, or you like to wave around with your hands and move about, I would certainly recommend it for people who are doing demonstrations, exercises, and that kind of thing, because it's probably gonna carry most of your voice, but it's not going to do as much of the surround sounds that is around you, because it's focused on your voice. So you don't have to worry too much if you're looking at it, having it in your studio, about things like echo and noises outside of the lavalier. As you can imagine, the lavalier mic is the one that most reporters used, and they're using them outside even, as well as, of course, in the studio. So it's worth getting, I think, to me, if the time comes when we're back to interviewing people and sitting across from each other and interviewing people. You can clip a microphone on the other person, and then there's a transmitter and you have a microphone, and it's a little more natural than having to move one of these microphones in your hand. So it's worth investing in if you think you'll be doing that kind of a lot of stuff outside, and I get a better sound than you would if you used your smartphone. And I guess I should have put up a picture of a smartphone, but I haven't really considered that as a possibility, especially when it comes to developing a TV show and such like that. The most important thing for your show is to have good quality sound. So we'll be talking further on that next time. And after that, we'll do some physics and how to get the volume right on your microphone so it sounds good. I'm not sure how this is sounding. I still, just for you to know, I've realized that the computer sound, it should be muffled in my studio. After all, I've been picking it up. I think the fan's getting older, and so it's changed the sound. And so I'm going to have to get myself a quilt to put over it while I'm recording, to try and cut down the sound of the fan. So my apologies if you can hear a hum in the background. What I do is I try and take it out in the recording, but of course that's extra work, right? So you want to try and get good quality sound while you're recording so that you don't have to try. And we'll be giving you some tips on that and how you use gain to get a good quality volume to your sound. And hopefully I have one today. I haven't checked it, so I was playing around with it a couple of days ago to see if I could get a good sound. So yeah, I might have to do some editing in the recording to up the sound a bit, because I'm a pretty quiet person. So that's it for today, and tomorrow